All right, let's do it again. Notice in this case, my angles with x's, these form a linear pair. So those are not equal to one another. Rather, those angles add up to 180 because a linear pair is adjacent and supplementary. Supplementary, again, meaning the angles add to 180. So different beginning than last time. In the last example, we had angles that were equal at first. Now we have angles that add up to 180 as our first bit. No big deal here. We just need to combine some like terms. Notice we have 29 and 15. Those are both x's, 29x and 15x. So combining those gives us 44 total x's. And then we also have negative 3 and 7. Negative 3 and 7 are like terms. Combining those gives us a 4. So after combining like terms, this is just a two-step equation. No big deal there. I can subtract 4 from both sides, leaving me with 44x. These 4 and the negative 4 cancel. That will equal 176. Last but not least, dividing both sides by 44. That gets me that x is 4. Now when you find a value for x, it's a good idea to go double check your work. So we found that x is 4. We want to substitute that into those original expressions. 29 times 4 minus 3. That gets me a value of 113. And then we also have 15 times 4 plus 7. Gets you a value of 67. Notice I didn't get two numbers that are equal, but I didn't expect numbers that are equal. Because I have a linear pair here, we expected numbers that are supplementary. So 113 for the top one and 67 degrees for the bottom one. Those two numbers will add up to 180. Now as far as getting that y, you have choices. This angle over here. The quickest way to go about this is to look at the relationships you've got. In this case, what we have are either alternate alternate exterior angles or consecutive exterior angles. So there are a couple of possibilities there. There are two true equations. You could either do 13y minus 17 equals 113 because those are alternate exterior angles, or you could do 13y minus 17 plus 67 equals 180. Both of these equations are true. However, one of them is much quicker to solve than the other. You have to make that decision for yourself. For me, the one on the right, that little two-step equation, is much faster to solve. I can add 17 to both sides. That gives me a 13y equals 130. And then dividing both sides by 13 will give me that y equals 10. If you chose to solve the other one, notice negative 17 to 67, those are like terms, so that gets me a positive 40. Sorry about that, positive 50. Math is hard. And then your two-step equation, in this case, is subtract 50. And divide by 13. You get the same answer with both of these equations. But the one on the right had an extra step. So it's up to you to determine how to set up that second equation for this problem. Obviously, you don't want to do it twice unless you really like double checking your work. But it's nice to know that you have options. Always try to look for one that gives you equality because it will be at least one step quicker when you go to solve it. But if you went through this problem using the other equation, no harm, no foul, you'll still find the same value, y equals 10. So we have our two answers here, x equals 4, y equals 10. Life is good.